All right, I think now we're good to go. All right,
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
loud and
Um, you
clear.
can hear me.
Yes, I
You can you see
can.
me?
Your video is loading. Well, I think yes, I can see you now.
Okay. We're already late. Let's just get started. Let's get on with it.
All
Hi
right.
everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Franklin Orji and I'm your host. Um, Basically, what we do on this session is to bring up or to get um persons or interesting persons to come share their experiences with us in the tech space. So, yet today is another interesting person. I promise you guys, it's going to be an exciting and intriguing session. So stay tuned. Today we have Elijah Iyajini. He is my guest for today. So Mr. Elijah is someone who excuse me, Mr. Elijah is someone who he's a science student, but at the long run, he had to do something that it's not like he has to do something that has to do with arts. He is a digital marketer, and over the years, I was privileged to work with him, and like I said, he's a nice person. He's someone I respect so much. He has great mindset. He wants you to grow. He's always there. He does what he does, and he gives it his all, always, 100%. Yeah. I hope I don't say the every good stuff about you. So I think it's best to hear from the horse's mouth. Mr. Elijah, you're welcome to this session. I'm very happy to have you on board. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. It's a pleasure actually being here, and I mean, it's always a great time being available the platform to share information that can be of an advantage not just to the person to which you're speaking with, but also to the world at large. And it's great being here. So my name is Elijah Moses. I'm a blend of a lot of things woven together with the skill of mastery, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you mentioned art. I was not an art student per se, but I do have flair for art, abstract arts, and all this, domain of mastery. But I do quite a
Mm.
lot of things. I do quite a lot of things well to, contribute my quarter to the world. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. So I was speaking with you some time ago, and I
Yeah.
was so impressed with everything you told me, and I was like, I think I think I need to bring you on board so you can share with our audience. I don't need to hear it all alone. Yeah, before I
Mm,
get to that, that reminds me, when I was working with you, I if you had asked me to get a house, if you had sold a house to
mm,
me, I wouldn't have had a second thought and I would just get the house. If you had told me
mm,
to get anything, literally, I would just go for that because I don't know, you have there is this way you market or there is this way you do what you do, the conviction and
mm.
everything. I I love that. So I think at the long run, you still have to explain to me how you were able to convince me to believe you in that manner. But yeah, let's get to it. Tell us about yourself.
All right.
Tell us about yourself.
Okay. So this is more like a sales speech. Say sell all this brand, sell all this product. All right. So a summary of myself in 1 minute. So my name is Elijah Moses. I consider myself to be a full stack digital marketer. Um, Also have experience in startup building. I take interest in building and developing ideas, right from the point of them being ideas to, becoming product that meets, market needs. In other words, product market fit actualize. I also take delight in connecting businesses together, connecting organizations together. So currently, I spearhead partnership for a multinational organization where all we are about, right, is basically making the world a better place through the use of innovation, technology, and the power of hope, right? So, in a nutshell, if you say who is Elijah, Elijah is that one person like I can go to and ask, okay, Elijah, I want to connect with X, Y, Z. Do you know how to connect me with certain kind of people, certain kind of opportunities? I am your connector. If you come to me and say, hey, I have an amazing idea, I want to build it, I want to do something out of it, something amazing, don't know how to start, I can help you provide some strategies, some step-by-step approach to enable you build that idea for what it is. And also, if you come to me and say, you know what, Elijah, I want to be inspired to become a better person, yes, I'm also here to help you. So, yeah, in a nutshell, I am more of, a collection of the wisdom of the past woven together into the ever-changing world we find ourselves in. Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a lot. So, if I heard you correctly,
Yeah.
if I heard you correctly, you're like a middleman. You're like that middleman that helps people achieve so much. You just
Mm,
want to see people grow.
yeah, I mean,
You
my
just
my
want to
greatest
see
desire is to see people grow. Yes, if you get better, if you other people get better, if you other people that get better, get other people to get better, will make the world a better place. So, yes,
yeah,
not more like the traditional middleman, but something like that. Yes.
yeah. Yeah, I told you guys it's going to be an exciting session. So you have something for art, and with
Mm,
every other thing you've mentioned earlier on, you have something for art. And I know you're a science student. How did this whole tech, digital marketing stuff come into place? Did you always know that you would do digital marketing or that you would be a digital marketer, considering the fact that
mm.
you are a science student?
Okay. So let me tell you this. All right. I'm as sincere as I can be. Right. So when you're
Mhm.
getting early in your career, one thing actually brings you to that point of decision making process, and that is either survival or the demand of the future. For me, at first was survival, right? So
Mm.
I didn't really have a very nice form of like having everything all on the plate for you, right? Like growing up, right? So it wasn't like that for me.
Yeah.
So I had to expose myself to certain opportunities. So it all got started from the interest in understanding why people buy things, right? Selling things. So I started as a network marketer, right? Some of you here have worked
Wow.
in network marketing companies where they actually sell product, right? So I started from network marketing, and I mean the first book I bought for myself as a young person was through from basically selling the product of other people. That was the 1721 Infallible Laws of Leadership by Johnson Maxwell. And I was just then 13, 14, right? And I observed that, if I can sell things to people, if people can buy something from me, I can become very powerful. So I
Yeah.
started from there, from network marketing, meeting different kind of people, understanding networking, understanding how to connect with people. I moved on to say, okay, you know what? Maybe there's more to marketing than what it is, right? So I advanced a bit from network marketing. I got into affiliate marketing. From affiliate
Mm.
marketing, I moved on a bit as well. I got into they call organic marketing. But organic marketing this time around was more like selling people's product online for them. And from there, I moved into various categories of marketing because marketing has various categories. If you are venturing into that part, right? There are over 10 to 12 divisions of marketing, right? And
Yeah.
I can boldly tell you that I've actually walked through all those terrains, you know. But the advantage I got was the big break for me came when I, worked with Bincom, right? That was, I think, 2022. I had a very dear friend of mine, Deborah Azem, right? So she just reached out to me and said, hey, you know what? My company has something,
Mm.
something, something. Would I like to, work with her? And I got in from there, and that was how I made the transition from conventional marketing, network marketing, affiliate marketing, organic marketing, social media management, email marketing, content marketing, social media marketing. I moved from all those parts, right? This is how I actually began the process. So it started first, in summary, survival, right? And
Yeah.
right now, there's a lot of things I do. So yes.
That's nice. Yeah, that I must say that's nice. So I heard
Mm.
you mention something about Bincom. Let's don't go to that angle right now. Yeah,
Oh, I see.
Bincom will come. Mm.
Okay.
Let it be, I don't want, I want to take it step at a time so we'll get the real sense of everything you're going to
Mm.
tell us. Yeah. So
All right.
you were saying something about digital marketing. you did organic marketing at the
Yep.
time, network marketing. You did different like net and
Various
marketing
forms of
is
marketing.
broad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's broad. Yeah. So you being a digital marketer or you being a marketer, what's the best part of being a marketer and also getting into tech? So I want you to take it one after the other if you want, you
Mm.
get. So what's the best part of being a marketer?
All
Then you can go
right.
with the best part of being into tech.
Okay. So now disclaimer as well, right? I still do digital marketing, but right now, right, I spearhead partnership for multinational organizations. But as tied to the question, what's the best part about being a marketer? Um, Marketing, I believe, is one of the leading superpower of the 21st century. Your
Yeah.
ability to sell what people want and to have people give you money for what you're selling, it makes you more like it makes you more like a leading money making machine, right? Because hey,
Yeah.
if you can build, if you can sell, you are you are powerful, right? You are powerful. So the whole aspect about marketing for me, what makes me thrive in that area was that I was always passionate about rendering services and providing products that have certain benefits that meet the needs of certain people, right? So
Yeah.
we are need meters, we are demand suppliers, right? So there's a demand, XYZ persons, their pain point, and coming to actually provide necessary support to them. So marketing is a superpower, right? If you know how to sell, if you know how to position yourself, to become the go-to person when people need anything done, automatically you have a superpower that will make you survive in respect of the environment you find yourself in. Now to the second question. What's the second question again, please?
What's the best part of getting into tech?
Oh, the best part about getting into tech is three things. One, tech makes you a global citizen, right? The biggest leverage you have in the 21st century is the leverage of technology because right now anybody can be anything they choose to be, right? So the first way to become a global citizen, all right, is to get into tech. And now, listen. When you hear the word tech, people just think it's about coding. It's beyond coding, right? Technology
Yeah.
basically is any process, any tool, any service, any idea that can multiply productivity. That is tech. So anything that can make you do better than what you're doing is tech, right? Any system, any skill that can make you do better than what you're doing is tech. So the first thing is that technology gives you, it confers on you the status of a global citizen. That's the first. Number two, um, the amazing part about getting into tech is that it unlocks within you the ability to foresee the future, right? So with technology, you foresee the future because the future is predictable based on what data, based on what the progression of human civilization, and based on the demands people actually have. So the future is predictable. All civilization was built on layers of predictability. So you can sit down now and say, okay, how will 5, 10 years from now look like? With the advent of technology. Of course, everything will be
Yeah.
faster, everything will be better, everything will be easy,
More
right? So
advanced going forward. Yeah.
exactly. So tech actually enables you to it enables and unlock within you the ability to predict the future. Now, the third amazing thing that gives you make you different is that with tech, right, and your ability to maximize tech, you become a close friend with capitalism. Now I know people are here. What's capitalism? What's it all about? Well, capitalism basically is a concept where the market rewards to you for the value you bring. Market rewards you for the value you bring to the marketplace. Right? So capitalism does not favor those who don't have some sort of value, right? So if you don't have value and you are in the lowest acre of development, maybe labor, you are limited. And this reminds me of a certain concept an amazing person shared, Naval Ravikant, in his book The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. He said, when it comes when you look at growth and development, it's all about leverage, right? And he mentioned four forms of leverage. This will help you. He said at the lowest point of leverage is labor. Labor is you using muscle to make money. When you use
Yeah.
muscle to make money, wear and tear is inevitable. At the second level is money. You use money to make money. right?
Yeah.
Now, capitalism
Yeah.
favors those who use money to make money. So you use money to buy time. At the third level is code or tech. And this time around, it's called permissionless economy. So basically, you don't need to have everything all in place. You don't need to put so much time and energy, sweat it all out. You have systems that are set in place that can do it for you. And at the fourth
Yeah.
level is media. So, in summary, tech makes you a global citizen. It unlocks within you the ability to foresee the future, and thirdly, it brings you into close alliance with capitalism. Yeah.
Mm. That's quite a lot of information, I must say. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. That's nice. Um when you say capitalism, when you say capitalism and how you can use money to make money while explaining what you mean. You can use money to make
Mm.
money and you can use labor in making money. Now,
Yeah.
that's interesting. The four stuff you mentioned, that's quite interesting.
For leverage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's very nice. Let's talk about your challenges. I know growing up the
Mm.
ranks in this tech space, so
Yeah.
many persons have so many challenges. Now, there's no story that's sweet or that is good that doesn't come along with challenges.
Yeah.
No story. I mean,
Yeah.
if there are no challenges, it's not going to be that interesting. So
Yeah.
over the time, I've brought some persons here and they've shared some challenges, and I've heard persons say something about while at the time they
Yeah.
had no laptop, they had
Mm.
no finance, they didn't even know where to go and all of that. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
what what was your own challenge at the time?
Oh.
What
Oh.
sacrifices did you have to make at the time just to get to where you are right now?
Mm. Okay, so I'll be as honest as possible, right? So I went through a lot. Right? No,
Yeah, yeah.
no. See, there's something called Shege Pro Max. Well, I didn't see Shege, but I experienced um, not many nice things, right? But one thing kept me
Okay.
going. Beyond just the whole determination, see, I love God, so insight and God's grace kept me going. But let me tell you some of the challenge I experienced, right? So there was in 2020 COVID. 11 months in COVID, I stayed in one of the remote areas, remote village in the east called Owerri, Eziobodo Owerri. And at that time, I
Okay.
had a laptop that was more like a desktop. You know what I mean? It means that
Yeah,
when you move
yeah,
the charger, it goes off, right? And I didn't
yeah.
have I didn't have access to power. At this time, really, right? I didn't have access to power. I didn't have money to learn. I didn't have all these things, right? So what I did, right? I learned how to broker connections with people. What do I mean by that? So I trekked a very long distance. More like you saying, if you're in Lagos, let's say you know cement or you know Yanopaja, right? So imagine trekking from Yanopaja, like in terms of distance, from Yanopaja to Ikeja. Like Ikeja is taking that same village route. Ikeja is where you see the next point of light because they had a Bet Niger shop there, so they always turn on the gen.
Yeah.
People come to go bed. So I'll carry my laptop. I'll trek that long distance. Right. This was 11 months straight from 2020 January down to November. I was
Wow.
trekking from my house, going over there. Right. I didn't have cash. What I used to do back then, this is me telling you now, right? What I used to do back then, I'll type in my WhatsApp
Yeah.
status, please, I want to learn. I need data, right? No,
Yeah.
I type it there, and people who were caring enough were like, "Oh, this guy is serious, right?" And people actually gave me data, internet, connections, and the rest. And I was learning. There was a guy who was in that village who I'll go to his shop by 8 a.m. I'll come back by 8:30, 9 p.m. in the night, right? And I'll sit down, use my phone. I was learning web development then. I was advancing myself in skills. And within the space of that 11 months, I basically gathered more than 40 certificates around various skill sets. All right. So
Yeah.
basically, what drove me was a sense of, and I was still in school then, right? Was a sense of, man, if I don't build value into myself right now, I'll become optional. All right, I'll become optional to organization. I'll become optional to people, right? So I took people helped me by giving me data to learn, right? The guy who was in that village gave me his shop I can plug my laptop that was, a desktop, right,
Your
to learn.
supposed laptop. Yeah.
Yes, yes, it was they call it Thanos survey, something like that. But it was
Mm,
for me. This was like growing moment, and over that time, I acquired as many skills as possible. Now, let me give you a roadmap that also helped me, right? So I sat down and I had this meditative section within myself and a higher power, who I called God. He's God to me, and I wrote down there. I had this inner voice that said to me, what are the top 15 skill sets that the future will demand from you? Whatever those skill sets are, write them down and start learning. So I'm telling you what led to me heading into that village to go, use power. It was because I listed out some couple of skill sets from project management, paid advertisements, product design, product development, WordPress development, many skill sets. I wrote them down. So after I wrote down the skill
okay.
set, then I said to myself, how do I learn? Now, for me to learn, there were free platforms online where I could go check to learn, from MIT OpenCourseWare to Yoma to Udemy to Coursera to FutureLearn to Gymnasium. Now, these were free platforms I was learning from. So
Wow.
I knew the platform I could learn from. Then I asked myself, how can I learn it? Now, the how was when I left my house from that place, went inside of that village to go find power. And they reached out to the good people on my WhatsApp status to say, hey, help me, I want to learn. And they gave me free data. And that was how
Mhm.
I was able to acquire, additional skill set. And it was a good job. Caveats there. It was a good journey because after learning all these things, I have more than 40 certificates. Go to my Facebook account, 2020 downward, there are more than 40 certificates. But after learning all these things, I was now a bag of skills. I was a bag of skills, certain knowledge, but I didn't have industry experience. See, I didn't have industry experience. So,
Yeah.
and that was a big problem because right now I was telling people, hey, look at me. I can do this, I can do that, carry me, take me. Nobody cares, right? So, what
Yeah, I
then helped
understand.
me was that I got access to some amazing people who I would call mentors. So the fastest way for you to have ease of entry in any industry is to have mentors who are in those industries. Let me tell you, also the fastest way to rise high in any industry organization is to leverage strategically on the influence of the people to which under their wings you are a mentee. So leveraging mutual simply means that you're not just saying to yourself, mentor, come and help me, come and do that. Rather, you think within yourself, what kind of problem do these mentors have? And what kind of value do I have within myself that can help me meet this problem these mentors have? When you do that, you become relevant to them, right? So
Yeah.
mentors help me. And one of the amazing person who I'm not ashamed to mention that actually gave me the leverage, his name is Dr. Obichi of Junwa. I remember he reached out to me, post COVID. I'm wrapping up. And he said, Elijah, what are you doing now? I said, sir, I learned this, I learned that, I learned that, I learned that, I learned that, I learned many things. Right? I said, sir, right now I need experience. I said, sir, use me, take all these things I have, use me. Right? And I got to work with these organizations from there, and I got to work with many other organizations so far. So in a way, it's first God, then second you have a roadmap for what you want to do. Thirdly, you build certain competence within yourself that makes you valuable wherever you find yourself, make you valid. Fourthly, you leverage on the power of mentors, not you looking for them to give to you, rather you position yourself to be of value to them, and by so doing, they spread you within a network of influence. Bam, how's it? Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So if I understood what you said, now it's not all about the certification.
Yeah.
I think the certification is quite important, but as well, while you're having or while you're getting these certs, you need to
Mm.
build experience. You need to
Yeah.
have that experience. Yeah. So I think that is where internships, apprenticeships,
Ex
being a
comes in.
volunteer, or yeah,
Exactly.
you have to do. You just have to do something to show.
Let
Let
me
me use that word, show working. Mm,
let me shock you. Let me shock you. Let me shock you. Are
okay.
you aware
Okay.
that literally there's no such thing as unemployment? Now it's as funny as possible. Let me tell you, there is no such thing as unemployment. There are just
Okay.
people who would not necessarily want to work for free for a certain period of time and build relevance within the system. Any
Mm.
company, wherever you find, I mean, companies are looking for people. They're looking for people that have skills or people that are willing to learn, right? The
Yeah.
fastest way for you to get into an organization is to start as a volunteer. I tell you, like, they're not paying you, right? So, but you
Yeah.
are there. Now, you are not just there because you're there. You are there to build relevance, to build value, to build exposure. And let me tell you, if you make yourself necessary in any system, in any company, in any organization, they will confer upon you profits. They will confer upon you payments, remittances. But if you just say, you know what, just take me, my this is that, my lowest bid is 100K, especially when you're getting started, you will not find a job, right? But if you go over there and say, you know what, I want to work for free, I want to be a volunteer, right? I want to gather certain experience, and you know within yourself what you want to do. You get into the organization, build relevance, they'll convert you from being a volunteer to being either a contract staff or a full-time staff. That is the secret to rising. As funny as it is, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't even argue that. Where you build
Mm,
experience, you build exposure, and you learn as well. Over time, you
yeah.
just be relevant, or you build yourself to some points where they don't even want to let you go. Every other person
Yes.
is looking for you because you're now
Yes.
like a valuable asset. Yeah. So,
Yes.
um, you the challenges we talked about, man,
Mm.
you went through quite a lot. I must say.
I didn't even mention the part. There was a time when I thought I would actually die, literally. Yeah, because
Wow.
during that COVID time in 2020, I remember. I mean, nobody was around. My whole, like, the environment where I was staying, because students had traveled back home, and I had
Mm-hmm.
high fever. I was critically sick, literally, and nobody could take me to the hospital. I was just in my room alone. I had, like, my body temperature was so high, I was burning. And I got up, I said to myself, I can't die. I can't die now. It's like, how do I, oh God, this me? I can't
You
die
have so
now.
much to
Right?
achieve.
I'm telling you, man, it's when you don't have anything to do, you go like that, right? But if you have something to
Yeah,
do, where do you want to go
yeah.
to? Right?
No,
So I thank God that, His grace kept me going, and we're actually here having this conversation right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
yes, yes,
yeah. So guys, if you're joining us, like if you're just joining us, right here with me is Mr. Elijah Moses. He is
yeah,
a digital marketer. He's giving us his or he's sharing with us his experience in digital marketing or in the tech space. So feel free if you have any question, you can drop your questions in the chat box, and we'll try as much as possible to um, give answers to your questions. Feel free. Yeah. So, Mr. Elijah, now we're
yes,
done with the
sir.
challenges, the sacrifices, and the
Okay.
challenges. Let's talk about Bincom.
Mm,
I know you said something earlier on about Bincom. Let's talk about Bincom.
yes,
How
yes, yes.
did how did Bincom come into the picture? Where how did you get to find out about Bincom?
Nice, nice. Now, listen, listen. Everybody is going to listen to this recording. The things I'm going to say to you about Bitcoin right now, take it to your heart, keep it in your mind, keep it before your eyes, keep it within your ears, because it'll be of great advantage to you. Now, I got to know about Bitcoin through a friend. Remember the power of quality network. I mean, if the contact you have on your device really are not people that share certain kind of opportunities or not the kind of value you bring in the table, if you don't have this kind of quality people in your contact, it's high time you change your contact. Right? The quality of a person's contact determines their net social networks, their net social network. So I know how rich you are based on the quality of the association you have. And let me also say this. Let me say this. If you are laid off right now from your job, if you are laid off right now from your job, if you don't get a new job within the next 1 month, it's an indication that you have the wrong people in your association. Powerful.
Mm.
Now, how I got into BIMCOM, right? So I have a very dear friend of mine, Deborah Aizen, and she reached out to me randomly, right? Then because looking out for a digital marketer, and she was like, "Yo, Elijah, do you know anybody that's into digital marketing that can do X, Y, and Z, and all these amazing things?" I said, "Okay, I'll find out." I told her I'll find out. I didn't consider myself. Yeah, right? I told her I'll find out. So I went out looking for people for over like a week, she reached out to me again and said, Elijah, have you found anybody in the digital market? I said, I'm still looking for someone. No. Then I sat down. It dawned on me. I said, wait, Elijah, wait. You're looking for digital marketers for Bitcoin, but you're a digital marketer. Why don't you take it? Right?
Yeah.
So I didn't. I removed the label of doubt from my mind and say, you know what? Let me try it out. You miss 100% of the opportunity, don't try out. So I applied and I got in. So through a referral from a very dear friend, I got into Bimcom. My life in Bimcom is a miracle. Now I'm telling you this. This is not scripted. This is the truth, right? Bimcom is the environment that can nurture within you whatever you envision about yourself. I'll say that again. Bimcom is the environment that can nurture within you whatever you envision about yourself. So I got to the Bimcom. I was like, wow, okay, so I can actually do so much here, right? I saw Bimcom as a place where I can build first myself, then first build the organization by giving value, and then build myself in the process, because the only way you can get better is by building alongside with the organization, not building yourself and leaving the organization out there. It doesn't work that way. You will fired, right? So I decided to I said to myself, okay, Bimcom is here, and I love Mr. Bade, the amazing CTO. He always say, as much as possible, you can become whatever you want to be. So nobody's placing a label on you, right? Yeah. So I decided to improve myself. There are personal development courses Bimcom gives you for free. I consumed them. I ate them. The BD content became flesh in me, right? Yeah, and then I ended up also building network with people, fellow colleagues. Looking out for as much counsel. There were times I've been rebuked. There were times I received counsel. There were times I was not doing my best, right? So the environment around Bimcom is an environment that will necessitate you to grow. And amazingly, if you have a direction of where you are going, it will push you faster in that direction. And also, if you don't have a direction of where you are going, you'll be inspired to have a direction of where to go. So, in a nutshell, Bimcom is the nursery bed, right, for talent building. It's also the environment that necessitates the development of mastery and competence and character. Also, if you do well in Bimcom, you will do well anywhere. I'll start again. If you do well in Bimcom, you will do well anywhere. And I mean, my life is evidence of that. Right? So yes, that is about Bimcom for me. Yes.
So Bimcom, we know Bimcom is a development center. You come in, you develop yourself. I know the company is structured in a certain kind of way so anybody can fit in. Anybody can fit in. If you want to, you can advance in your career, you can build yourself. So I heard you say something about PD, personal development. Yeah. And I know there's something called KD as well.
Knowledge development.
So did you partake in knowledge development? How did that even help you?
So let me tell you this. Listen. I'm giving you guys insight. This is updates, right? Now listen. To the degree to which you are visible online, to the degree to which your digital signature is vast online, to that degree, you become relevant in any workplace. So KD for me was more of an avenue for me to project myself out there, putting out there content about myself. Most times companies, after working with Bimcom, companies actually reached out to me. They did an index, meaning they searched for me online, right? And what about Bimcom is that especially when you handle KD and you teach about KD and you're done, right? Bimcom put that content about you out there on their YouTube channel, so you are there, right? So you get, it's called free PR. It's there. A company backing the content of what you are saying. That is the company giving credence and establish you as an authority out there. So KD for me was more like an environment for you to establish authority, place yourself as a thought leader in that field of your discipline or your interest, right? So I use KD. I leverage on KD. I mean, I was always, I am one of that person. We have two of us, Michael, Alex, and myself, right? We are always, anytime, KD, let me take it. Or KD, he will take it. Or KD, so, and it was always interesting because it's knowledge, right? I'm excited sharing information, putting myself out there, right? So KD was a leverage for me. KD gave me visibility. And let me show you guys. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys. One of the key things KD also gave me was access to new networks in terms of organizations. I remember one of the companies that reached out to me, right? They asked me, what are some of the stuff you've done in the past for your previous company? And I just referred them to the things I did for BIMCOM that were publicly made available. And they went there and they came back to me and said, you know what? I think we can work together. So yeah, so it's gold. The company BIMCOM has within it the required tools to bring from within you whatever it is you want to become. It's up to you. Yes.
So that's like saying you're working and okay, that's like saying you're working in when you were working in Bacon. Bacon was helping build or grow your exposure, your level of
Yes.
exposure out there. So
Yes.
that's like basically what you're saying. Wow, that's nice.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
that's really nice. So let's talk about the advancement or you advancing in your career. Would you say the Bacon
Nice.
community? I know you said something about it somehow, but let's just talk about that. You advancing in your career, what would you say Bacon community did for you at the time?
So for me, the Bingo community gave me three things, right? Strategic networking, right? So in BIMCOM, you have some of the best talents to work with, right? And one thing about connecting with, when I mean talent, I mean people who have certain level of experience or mastery around certain disciplines, skills, or tools, right? So the bingo community gave me the ability to work with various kind of people, amazing set of people. And one thing you need to know is that when you engage with talent or engage with people, there is cross fertilization of knowledge. I'll start again. When you engage with people and you engage with talent, there is cross fertilization of knowledge and experience. Meaning, whatever I have, get a rub up on you. And whatever you have, of course, get a rub up on me. Right. So quality networking was the first thing I got, from the Bingo community, which of course enabled me to advance my career. The second stop also that gave me the leverage was the good heart of Mr. Bade. The good
Wow, that's the second
heart of
time
Mr.
you mentioned his
Bade.
name.
Yes.
That's the
So Mr. Bade is an amazing person, and also Mr. Bade and every other amazing, mentors. Mr. Bade, Mr. Damilare, right? Mr. Damilare Edo, right? They are amazing people, right? And I never for once found myself working in a toxic environment because I had the right kind of people, the right set of people I was with. So Mr. Bade gave me insight. Mr. Damilare gave me insight. Anytime he calls me, what's up? What are you doing? How can I help? Right? So having quality people, really matters, and it will help you advance faster. Now the third important thing I would say that gave me the leverage was access to that resources that build. And I mentioned KD, I mentioned personal development. These are things that you will basically pay for, but you got them for free because you're working with the organization. I got them for free, right? So for me, I am grateful, and these are the things that have enabled me build my career. Now let me say this: beyond your digital marketing, build my career to working with one of the leading multinational organizations in the world, right? And of course, build my career as well to enable me build startups. So I am forever grateful to BIMCOM, and BIMCOM has been a great pillar in my career advancement. Yeah.
That's nice. Working with persons who only wants to see you grow, and now you also want to see other persons grow as well. That's
Yeah.
that's something. That's something right there. I know different persons. For me, I used to think whenever I hear something about tech, I used to think it's programming. I used to always
Mm.
think when you mention tech, you're only referring to programmers writing codes and all of that. So I got when I came a little bit closer, I I understood it's we have this technical part and this
Business side.
business part as well. So I'm like, what's even interesting in the business aspect of tech? So I had to take this digital marketing class, and
Mm.
I remember correctly, you were the facilitator at the time.
Yeah.
You were the
Yes, I
facilitator.
think so. Yeah.
I remember correctly. So that class, networking, I think one of the classes was around networking. And after that
Mm.
class, I asked myself so many questions. I was like, how do I build my network? How I started
Mm.
looking for events. I started looking for events. I wanted to go for events just to network, um, be around persons who do something similar to or something
Yep.
as same as what I was doing at the time. You understand? So um, there are some other persons who wants to be a digital marketer. Some other persons
Yep.
they want to advance in digital marketing. What is your
Yeah.
advice for them? What do you recommend? What do you think they should do to
Okay.
advance in their career?
Okay. So I'm going to give an answer that will be as general as possible because I believe those who might listen to this recording might also be in other career paths, right?
Yeah.
But the insight I'm going to share right now cut across all fields.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That's nice.
So for you to advance your career, there are four things you need to do. Four things. Number one, you need to have a career roadmap. Now, career roadmap based on timelines. So, what exactly do you want to be? Who exactly do you want to become? Right? Understand what are the areas of your competence, your areas of strength, right? What are the areas of weakness you think you can dominate with the areas of strength? I remember, area of strength, area of competence will determine to a great extent your economic value. In other
Hmm.
words, how much people give to you, right?
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Number two, work with as many organizations as possible whose interest connects with your long-term plan. Now, don't just get into an organization without a plan, right? If you're just there, you just be there, right? But
Yeah.
have a plan for what you want to do. And when you find yourself in any organization, leverage on what they provide to you to push yourself forward while projecting the organization. Number three, LinkedIn and visibility. If you're not on LinkedIn and you want to advance your career, you are joking. Right? So you need to be on LinkedIn, right? And beyond just being on LinkedIn, you need to optimize your account on LinkedIn. If your account is not optimized on LinkedIn, you're not visible. The algorithm does not become your friend, right?
Okay.
So LinkedIn is there. Attend events. Become have some amazing events like community events. They have the monthly meetup event as well that bring various thought leaders together. Right. Attend events like this. There are platforms you can go to go get access to events that are happening. There's Eventbrite. There's 10 times. Attend events. When you attend events, attend with the intention to connect. And remember, in connecting, project the value you are bringing first, not the value you want to take from other people. That's number
Yeah.
three. Number four. Number four. Be resilient. What do I mean by resilient? Personally, for me, I look out for opportunities every day. So I look out for minimum of 3 opportunities every day. And for the past 10 months, I've been looking at opportunities every single day, except this past month though. But imagine there are 30 days in a month. 30 times 10, that is 300 days. 300 days times 3, 900 opportunities I look for over the past 10 months. You increase your likelihood of success when you look at opportunities and you are prepared to meet the demand of those opportunities. And there are platforms I go to get opportunities from. There's MSME Africa, there's opportunitydex.com, There's the BIMCom community itself that has amazing resources, right? There's opportunities for Africans. There is opportunities for youth, right? And many other platforms as well. So I'm always on the lookout. You advance your career faster. And lastly, mentors, mentors, mentors. That's all.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you very much for that advice. I think we're gradually coming to the end of this session. It's been a
Yep.
very wonderful. It's been a wonderful
Same
session.
here.
Very happy you came on board, and like it's been a wonderful session. So
You know, everything that was shared here, everything that was shared here, right? It's more like
yeah,
10%
wow,
of the many other amazing stuff, right? And I mean, happily, I look forward to you hosting some of my amazing friends, right? And have me with them as well. So we're going to make the section on fire.
yeah. I look forward to that as well. So before we
Yes.
call it a wrap, um, I don't know, maybe our audience, they will. I have two questions for you though. I have two questions for
Okay.
you. Before I go on with the questions, I don't know if most of our audience will love to ask any question. So, guys, if you have any question at all, something you want him or you want Mr. Elijah to attend or respond to, feel free to drop them in the chat box and we'll attend to these questions before we call it a wrap. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I have two questions.
Okay.
First,
Please ask.
um, okay. The first question is, you said something about ideas, something about sharing ideas and um, how you help people bring their ideas to life with
Yeah.
startups and all of that. Can you please, for the
Mm.
sake of some new persons we have here, can you please go over it again? Can you just go over it again?
Okay.
Let them understand what you said
What do you mean?
again.
All right. So everybody who's listening to me, right? As
Yeah,
much as possible, to make yourself relevant, build ventures, build enterprise. And for you to build ideas, for you to build ventures rather, an enterprise, you need to build ideas. So now some of you have amazing ideas. Maybe your idea is in the form of a product or a form of a service or a form of a system that will allow the exchange of product and service to exist. How do you start? First things first, have the idea. Second thing, write down the ideas. In other words, flesh out the initiative. And one thing you need to know is that in fleshing out the initiative, you are looking at how that idea of yours meets a certain need or creates certain measures of opportunities for people. So your idea is either meeting the need or creating opportunities. That's number two. Number three, define the market audience or the market layout for that idea. So ultimately, except you want to run a social enterprise, right? You need to make profit from your ideas. And if you don't know who you sell the idea to, you don't really have something worthwhile, right? So when you know who is going to buy, map that out. That works, and that's the third thing. Number four, now you need to build an MVP, a minimum viable product. A minimum viable product is the simplest representation of that idea in the simplest form. You build it. When you build the MVP, then you test the MVP. In other words, now you build it. Who needs it? Who wants it? Who needs it? Who wants it? Get people that want it. Get people that need it. Then get feedback from the MVP. Once you get feedback from the MVP, reiterate. Reiterate simply means rework that initiative, whether to make it better or to improve it. After that, then you can scale, because scaling is only a function of validated MVP as tied to a certain audience or group of people that are willing to give you, their cash for your value. So it's a step-by-step process. Know what you're doing, know who wants what you want, right? Build a solution out of it, product or service or a system, right? Then get people who can use it, then revalidate that idea or this product in this time around, then push it out there. And it's easy for you to push it out there because, listen, once you have built an MVP, then you can get access to grants and funding. Once you have built an MVP, then you get access to grant and funding because you have something to show whoever is funding you that it now works. So yes, basically that's it.
So, guys, you've heard from the horse's mouth. Thank you very much, Mr. Elijah. Um, are you open? That's my second and last question. Are
Okay.
you open for mentorship at the time?
Oh, do you mean me
Yeah,
mentoring people?
yes, yes. I know there are some persons
Yes.
so are you open
Okay,
to
yes.
that before?
Mentorship is the simplest way for you to multiply influence, right?
Mm,
Mentorship is the easiest and fastest way for you to multiply influence. So yes, I'm open. But I must also tell you, since with all my sincerity, like sincerity of heart, right? I'm also very engaged, right? But I'm open to always take people and to provide as much, help or assistance as I can. Yes.
okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think this is where we call it a wrap. And I was I I'm looking at some response on the chat
Mhm.
box, and it's amazing. None of our audience have any question. I think every other thing we discussed or every other thing you said here was quite understood. So nobody has any questions. And thank you guys. Amazing session, by the way. Thank you. Great
Thank you,
session. Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
All right.
So Elijah, I think we'll call it a day. Thank you for being here and thank you for sharing such wonderful experiences with us.
You
And I heard you. I'll try as much as possible to bring some amazing persons as well, and
and
we'll get the
link
whole
me up with them.
just 10%. Maybe next time you give us 50%.
The next time, believe me, it's gonna be a bomb. But yes, thank you so
So
much.
do have a great one. Cheers.
It's a pleasure. Thank you. Bye, everyone.